Hey there, my name's Allison. I work at Jim Pattison Subaru South and standing with a 2025 Impreza Touring package that I hear is going to be your new vehicle. It's very exciting. Well, I'm going to take the next few minutes. I'm going to walk around the outside and the inside of the vehicle so that you can feel comfortable in all the features and controls of your new Impreza. And it can also be an easy reference for you after you pick the vehicle up if you have any questions. So let's get started. Going from the convenience to the touring package is going to add in your fog lights. You've got the LED steering responsive headlights, which are standard. And on the wheels, they're the 17-inch wheel, which are going to be the alloy, and it's going to be lovingly wrapped in an all-season tire. The EyeSight technology, so that's the two forward-facing cameras, as well as the lower placed mono camera for your high beam assist, are standard in the Impreza for the 2025 model year. That means that's your pre-collision braking system, the adaptive cruise control, lane centering technology, and that high beam assist. Moving up from the convenience to the touring package is also going to take you from a key start car into the proximity key. So this means that you can keep this tucked into your pocket or your purse, and you can just walk up to your car, grab the door handle, and it's going to unlock for you. Otherwise, on the key fob, the top button here is your lock. The logo itself is your unlock. So if you click it once, it'll unlock the driver's door. If you double click, it'll unlock all doors. The silver button at the bottom is going to be your panic button. So that can honk your horn and flash your lights if you forget where you park. If your battery ever happens to go dead, you just push in this little silver button and you can take out a physical key. So that will be able to go into your driver's side door. You can get into the car and then you can get the vehicle boosted. I mean, Manitoba has some cold winters, right? As I mentioned, for the proximity key, that means you can just walk up. 2 beeps means that the door is unlocked. When you're finished driving and you close the door, you can just swipe the little touch point here. And 1 beep will then mean that you can walk away confidently. All your doors are locked. On the driver's door, when you open this is going to unlock only the driver's door. There is a setting, of course, in the infotainment, if you have a full vehicle all the time when you're driving, that you can update to unlock all doors with that proximity key opening. But otherwise, safety first. So it'll be just the driver's door unlock. As I said, then this 1 beep will have the doors lock. Also, if we look just a little bit more up here, then you will have the integrated turn signal on the touring package. Also, the light on the inside of your side mirror is going to be your blind spot detection, which is an addition above the convenience package. On the touring package, you are going to have the premium cloth seats. It will be an 8-way manual adjust seat, and you do not have the sunroof. This is also going to be the 152 horsepower 2-liter engine. Moving above, when you go up into the RS package, will be when you move up into the new offering of that bigger 182 horsepower engine. Looking at the back of the vehicle, your trunk release is directly underneath the logo. There's a long rubbery button. Impreza trunks are all manual, so it is kind of a push and a pull, and then that'll pop open, but it lifts itself quite easily. Impreza, of course, has all of the features that you love in a hatchback. So you've got your 60/40 folding back seats. You've got easy height for access and not too much of a drop here. Underneath the floor deck, of course, you do have your spare tire, your jack, and your tow hook, because we know you're going to drive a Subaru, so you're not the one getting stuck this winter. You also do have the cup holders in the side, and you will still have a physical owner's manual. In this bundle, you're going to have your owner's manual, your warranty book, and your service schedule, and that should be up in your glove box for pickup. The last item is, of course, you will have a backup camera. One new addition is that your back window washer will be able to rinse off your backup camera. So keep that in mind when we get into that slushy, dirty weather. Another great adjustment with the redesign is no more fuel release inside on the floor of the driver's area. So now it is just a push-pop release. So when the doors are unlocked, you can just push the fuel door to open it. It is regular gas only. Some clients in the winter will add premium once in a while just to aid those cold cranking days, but it isn't mandatory. Let's take a little better look at your premium cloth seats that has the red stitching. The Touring, of course, you've got your bigger 11.6-inch screen, you've got your heated front seats, adaptive cruise control. Now, if we are looking at the giant 11.6-inch vertically mounted screen that gives you a nice blend of analog and touchscreen, we're going to start from the top left, which is radio. That's going to give us FM, AM, and 3 months free of Sirius XM. When you're wanting to dial into a station, I have the hiccups. First off, you can press the volume dial to mute the radio. You use your tuning dial to get to the station you want, and then you press and hold until it beeps like that for setting a radio station. As I mentioned, 3 months free of Sirius XM. After that, it's a subscription if you choose to opt into it. Down here, this button right here, the outline of a house, that is your home button. That's going to get you back to your main screen from whatever other screen you're at. The media isn't used as much because now your vehicle is much smarter to recognize how you were wanting to be playing music. Making a Bluetooth connection, if you wanted to download music onto a zip drive, you could plug it into the USB spot down there, play music that way. Phone to connect, you're going to say yes, and then it tells you. So going into your settings screen on your phone, you're going to go into the Bluetooth column. You're going to make sure that your Bluetooth is turned on, and then it'll be searching and you'll see the word Crosstrek. For this, it'll be Impreza. And then you're going to confirm that the PIN code that is showing on the screen is the same as your phone has popped up, and then you'll just accept everything. As we are looking at Impreza Touring, it will then also prompt you once you get through the connections for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is a wireless connection. Next, we go into apps. So Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course. Your My Subaru, this will all be enabled once we have your Remote Start app set up on your phone, and that is going to give you 3 years free of the Remote Start emergency services and roadside assistance. And then Travel Link is through the Sirius XM. So along this upper display, this weather is actually tied to the Sirius XM. So that'll be there for the free subscription, and then it'll just go away after that time unless you opt in. Settings will take you into a main screen where you've got lots of different areas that you can kind of customize the vehicle to how you want it to be. Every sound that the vehicle has can be adjusted up or down. Everything is going to be set at a medium setting. Phone will be your phone connection. And if we go over here into car, then this is going to, it's going to update for a second, but it'll be a quick way to take a look at all of your safety features. So your eyesight is your pre-collision braking. Of course, you've got pre-collision, lane departure. There is some audible things here, so like the lead vehicle acquisition sound. So that's if it recognizes that you're in behind. Lead vehicle moving monitor, that will be, say, if you're at a stoplight and you're maybe distracted and the car in front of you leaves, do we want to say that that car has moved, and it'll remind you to get going. Also, your keyless entry system. Right now, when you walk up to the car with your proximity key and you grab the door handle, it's going to unlock just the driver's door. If you're always driving around with a full carload of people, you might decide that it is better for you to have it set up for unlocking all of the doors. But as being the most secure, we have it, the default is just the driver's door. Also your welcome lighting, whether you want to have your rear seat reminder, all of these items you can adjust to how you want. Again, if we go back to the home button, My Subaru here, again, that's going to be, we don't have a
we don't have anything set up on this one, but otherwise it would pop up with connect to the dealership, roadside assistance, or concierge. So the concierge service is, for example, you're driving somewhere you're not familiar with, you're low on gas, and you don't want to plug something into the navigation. You can call the concierge and ask for directions to a gas station. Moving down here to car info, this is going to be showing if you're on an incline or a decline and where the power is going to the wheels. The maintenance tab here is also going to show kind of the 6 months or 10,000 service schedule, and you can always manually adjust those as well so that you'll get pop-up reminders. Great new feature is the display off. So you could be playing music, and if you're worried that the screen is going to be a distraction, this will keep your music playing, but it's going to put the screen to sleep. You want to adjust your climate controls? Fear not. Tap on the screen, and then you can still adjust everything, and then the screen's going to go back to sleep. When you're ready for the screen to come back up, you have two ways of doing it. The first one that I'll always suggest is a long push, kind of a long 3 count on the volume button, because then you're not having to take your eyes off the road. Otherwise, you can tap and tap on the home button, and the screen will come back up and going. You have some shortcut options over here. And then, as I've been discussing, this is your home button. Over here, this is going to be if you're going to want to add other devices. The profile button doesn't get used that much, but what it would be is if you have multiple people driving the car and they all say, for example, iPhone 12, you can match the name to the corresponding phone so that you don't have to play the guessing game. On the left side of the home button, this is the auto start stop. So right now I'm sitting in a car in the showroom and the car is not running, so that's grayed out because it's not functional. The auto start stop is the feature that is a fuel saver. If you get to a stoplight and it meets all the parameters, it might turn the engine of the vehicle off. When this is being utilized, it can save you up to 10% on fuel cost. The default will be for it to be on. If you hate the feature, you can tap the button, turn it off, and that's going to have it turned off for the length of your drive. Over here, next to it is AVH, and that's your auto vehicle hold. It's effectively a hill brake. So if you get to a stoplight while you have AVH turned on, you're going to get to the stop and it is going to keep you in place. Even if you take your foot off the brake, it's going to hold you in place there until you put your foot on the accelerator to release you. The car with the circle is another way of getting through your kind of itemized vehicle control, driving assistance, so that's your safety features, and your more settings. So say you're going to go down into the States and you want to switch everything to miles and miles per gallon, you can do that from here. Now let's move down and talk about your climate controls. So right under your volume dial is your front defrost. Over here under your tuning, this is your back defrost and your heated mirrors. You also have tactile temperature up and down for both zones. You do have dual zone climate control. Then your climate controls are also down here. So this is just your on and off for the whole HVAC system. Your fan up and down is right at the bottom of the screen, and I find that's very easy to kind of get your point of reference so you're not taking your eyes off the road. This is also your air conditioning. A new feature here is the fan all. So right now you can see it saying all. If I turn that off, it moves it to the front zone. So you can have your heating or cooling more effectively addressing however many occupants you have. So if you have people in the back, you want the all button lit up. And if you are just in the front zone, then it means it's going to more effectively be keeping the front occupants heated or cooled. The next one here, the black box, if you tap on that, it's going to pop up. It means you can adjust temperature with a slider. Also gives you your auto, recirculating, air conditioning, and the bottom row is going to be where the air is blowing. So what's nice about this is you can make your adjustments and then you can get back to paying attention to the road, because if you don't touch this for 10 seconds, it's then automatically going to minimize, so you don't have to go into it, make adjustments, and X out of it. Below the screen, we also do have the USB-A, USB-C, and an auxiliary plug. And above the screen, we've got these menus. So X mode will not be on your Impreza. You've got your temperature, you've got your common gauges, and you can have what music you're listening to. And over here, you've got your four-way flashers. If we look at your steering wheel, the left side of your wheel is all about your stereo controls and hands-free. This is going to skip forward and back tracks. Source is FM, AM, Sirius XM for radio options. This toggle is going to be able to change menus. So up here, I'll go back into accessory mode. So up in the middle section here, you have your digital speedometer. And then you have a menu above it. So that toggle that I was just using, you can scroll through different menu settings. Also, this is answering a phone call, hanging up a phone call, muting the radio, or voice controls. And the the volume adjustment has moved to being down here. Over, there we go, to the right side of the wheel. This is all your adaptive cruise control. So this enables your cruise. You toggle down to set when you get to the speed you want, or if you had turned off the cruise, tapped out of it with your brake, you can go up to resume. This is how you set your following distance. So you can see the graphic here. Right now it's saying there's no eyesight because the car's not running, but in front of that graphic, generally you're going to have lines. If you think of each line as roughly equivalent to a car length, then you can set how close you want to be able to get to the vehicle in front of you. And so using these buttons here, you can increase or decrease that following distance. You can have 4 bars as a max, and 1 is the minimum. Also, you've got lane centering. So when you're using your cruise, if you're driving on a road that it can see both sides of lane markings, you can choose to turn on lane centering. That's going to more actively make some steering adjustments so that you're not drifting either way out of your lane. And you will feel that your steering wheel is making some moves for you. You, of course, do have to still keep a hand on the wheel and be doing some steering inputs, and it is not a self-driving car. Below here, you've got your I and S, so that is your drive modes. So I is intelligent, that's your default, that's your eco mode. S is going to be a sport mode. So if you switch into sport, it's going to accelerate a little bit more quickly. It's going to go through the gears a bit more quickly, a more spirited drive. Of course, there's going to be a fuel efficiency cost to that, but sometimes you got to have a little fun, right? Below here, this is your heated steering wheel. So you just pull it towards you. You can see that little orange light, and it does heat up in less than a minute. It's going to heat up everything except for the very top bar. So this section here won't heat up because we don't want you to be driving like that. Also, if we look behind the wheel, this is going to be your headlights. So right now it's set on auto. That means it'll be your daytime running lights. It'll automatically turn on your headlights and automatically power everything down. And this adjustment here, if you turn it up, that'll move it so that your fog lights turn on when your headlights are on. Otherwise, it's turn signals and your brights for lights. We're going to go around to the right. And this is your wipers. So pull down is intermittent, low, and high. The twist turn at the end, that's going to be your back wiper and washer. And fun fact, the back window washer is also going to rinse off your backup camera. Woo! I know, right?
Well, thanks for taking the time to go through your brand new 2025 Impreza Touring package. You are going to be so happy with how this vehicle performs through a Manitoba winter. Pleasantly surprised, of course. Well, I wanted to also encourage you, if you do have any questions or follow-ups after you pick up your vehicle, don't hesitate to reach out. I have my phone number right here. I'm more than happy to help. And again, my name is Allison. I work here at Jim Pattison Subaru South in sunny Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I'm looking forward to being your go-to Subaru gal for all things in Canada. Thanks so much and have a great day.